Welcome to MojoPlays, where today we'll be going over 10 of the hardest bosses in Stellar Blade. Before we get started, we post new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring that bell to be notified about our latest videos. Great. Brute may be the first boss you face in Stellar Blade, but he's anything but a pushover. Towering and aggressive, he immediately sets the tone for what kind of punishment this game expects you to endure. His hammer swings are slow but deceptively timed, baiting inexperienced players into dodging too early. Brute reappears in a side quest later on, stronger and even more relentless. You'll need to master perfect parries and learn when to back off versus when to retaliate. He might be a warm-up, but for many, he's the first real wall and a loud wake-up call. Gigas. Gigas doesn't move quickly, but what he lacks in speed, he makes up for with sheer overwhelming force. Found in the Wasteland, this towering Elder Naytiba has a moveset packed with multi-stage combos and slams that can devastate your health bar in seconds. The worst part? He doesn't follow any predictable rhythm. He'll delay his swings or fake you out entirely. His attack sequences grow more chaotic at low health, keeping you on edge the entire fight. If you don't time your dodges or parries precisely, you'll be crushed before you even get a chance to strike back. Behemoth. Behemoth is less of a boss and more of a survival test. Found in the Great Desert, this grotesque fusion of flesh and metal dishes out long, sweeping attacks with punishing damage and very few safe windows. His red glowing sequences are especially brutal, requiring consecutive perfect parries just to avoid being shredded. Adding to the stress is his thick health bar and second phase rage boosts, which turned this already punishing fight into a true war of attrition. You'll need every skill, upgrade, and reflex you've got to bring him down, and even then, it won't feel like it's enough. Juggernaut. Juggernaut is like fighting a flaming dump truck with a grudge. Found in Matrix 11, this armored menace mixes brute strength with terrifying mobility. He charges the arena like a wrecking ball, slamming down AoE attacks and igniting the floor with every third strike. Oil puddles? Yeah, he lights those up too. Once his weapon catches fire around 70% health, he unlocks even deadlier combos that cover massive ground. And if you thought his normal shockwave slam was bad, wait until he starts chain stunning you mid-dodge. This fight demands perfect positioning, timing, and spatial awareness. Or you're toast. Literally. Stalker. Stalker is the boss fight equivalent of being hunted by your worst instincts. He moves fast, hits hard, and barely gives you time to breathe. Located in the rail yard, this guy thrives on speed, mixing in jump attacks, sweeping strikes, and combo chains that push your reflexes to their limit. His 7-hit combo toward the end of the fight is a nightmare to parry cleanly. Even when you finally expose his weak point using repulse, Stalker manages to test your patience and your composure under fire. Taki. Taki feels like fighting a mirror image if the mirror was out for blood and on fast forward. This elegant but vicious boss shows up in Matrix 11 and delivers some of the game's slickest, scariest swordplay. Her slashes are tightly choreographed, but it takes real precision to read her mix-ups, parry her charge attacks, and survive her escalating phases. At lower health, she adds teleport attacks and delayed slashes that bait poor timing. The whole fight becomes a ballet of death, where one misstep means getting wrecked. And if you haven't mastered perfect parries by now, well, good luck. Providence. Fighting Providence feels like trying to swat a fighter jet with a toothpick. This towering mechanical monstrosity attacks with graceful precision and shocking aggression. She launches missiles, rains down AoE lasers, and can one-shot you if you don't take out summoned orbs in her deadly final phase. Her movement makes close-range combat risky, but playing at a distance isn't safe either since she'll lock on from anywhere. It's one of the few fights in the game that almost feels like a bullet hell shooter. If you're not using burst skills and dodging like your life depends on it, it absolutely will. Unnamed Nativa. The Unnamed Nativa has no title, no introduction, and no mercy. Found in Zion, this mysterious Alpha Naytiba unleashes a chaotic blend of ranged enemy blasts, ground slams, and AoE explosions that punish reckless movement. Just when you think you've learned her patterns, she shifts forms and unleashes attacks that ignore your rhythm entirely. Her insta-death orb phase in the second half of the fight is especially brutal. If you miss one shot, it's game over. There's no cinematic fluff here, just a pure white-knuckle brawl that tests your patience, precision, and your ability to stay calm under constant pressure. Elder Naytiba. Elder Naytiba, later revealed to be Adam, might just be the game's most overwhelming spectacle. His swordplay is ferocious and unrelenting, with warp strikes and delayed slashes that are hard to time, even when you've seen them before. At low health, he summons radiant angels that can insta-kill you if not shot down immediately. You'll need to mix range offense with melee precision just to survive. And forget about cheese tactics because Elder Naytiba punishes greedy hits and sloppy evasion like it's his job. He's the kind of boss that makes you question if you've learned anything at all and then forces you to prove it. Raven.
This is my battle.
Let's face it, Raven is the hardest boss of the game. She's a culmination of everything the game's been training you for and then some. Her speed is unmatched, her combos are brutal, and her ice-based abilities can freeze you mid-action. She mimics your style, counters your go-to moves, and punishes every hesitation. Parry windows are razor thin, openings are practically non-existent, and just when you think she's done, she enters a second phase that dials everything to 11. You need perfect defense, smart aggression, and nerves of steel. Raven really doesn't care how far you've come. She's here to humble you before the credits roll. Which one of these bosses gave you the most trouble? Be sure to let us know down in the comments.